Hi guys, how are you? Happy Monday, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
I hope everyone had a good weekend. My weekend was kind of quiet, but still, work, a lot of work-related stuff going on. But besides that, nothing was going on. How was your weekend, Perry?
Oh, it's pretty good.
All right. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I enjoyed mine. You just sort of rest a little bit.
You did? You feel rested? I'm not rested because a lot's going on. So everybody knows I'm the type of blogger that I take different stories if I feel emotionally connected to them. So today we're going to talk about Angie Stone, Drake, and Casey Anthony. But Drake and Angie Stone goes together. Before I say anything about Angie Stone, I wanted to say send out my condolences to her family. She lost her life in a car accident, which is devastating. And I felt like, with any sudden death, it's just shocking. A lot of people love Angie Stone. She was back in the neo soul days. Yeah, that's it. Neo soul. I feel like she should have been. She's in that group with Mary J. Blige and Erykah Badu and all of them. She's in that group, and immediately the rumors started spreading around. Then I started getting the emails, and I thought, well, this is just too soon to talk about. But it went viral. People start talking about it. And the first people that I know to cover this story was Night and Day. Shout out to Night and Day News. Night and Day News, that's the wrong one. Night and Day News, I love those guys. They've been around for a long time, and they were really supportive of me when I was going through stuff with Jaguar, right? Because they knew what was going on. And so they were very supportive. They always been two good guys. I think someone tried to attack them one time. They had to defend themselves. So Night and Day did an interview with Angie Stone about 5 months ago. And when they did this interview, she was talking about Diddy. Okay, so she is an original. That's what I call them. She was working behind the scenes. She's a writer with Uptown Records when everything was going down. So she can tell you a lot about Diddy and what was going on during those times. So they did a video, and she was talking about some of the things that she saw back then. And it went viral. I believe it got 1 million views. So when she passed away, unfortunately, they remembered, how when you do an interview with someone, you're usually talking days to them. You're exchanging emails. You go over what you're going to go over. And then some of them, some people even start just calling you all the time. I've done interviews with people in prison, and then they would get out and call me, come visit me. When you interview someone, you get an intimate relationship with them. And so when this came out, her passing away, they remembered that she had came on about a month ago talking about the problems that she was having with UMG, Universal Music Group. Now, this is no A lot of people in the industry have problems with UMG. UMG CEO is Lucian Grainge. Okay. And Lucian Grainge, well, do you guys remember I was covering some case and I was saying it's real dangerous these days to be a rapper because a lot of these music mobiles are associated with real life pharmaceutical reps. If I can say the word. And the rap game is real dangerous because when you go high up to people with the real money, I'm talking like Supreme, I'm talking about McGriff, all these people that they're accusing of being drug lords, even like Big Meech. Big Meech, I think 50 Cent is the only one that can like really drag Big Meech. But in 50 has a lot of ties to that world. Okay. And it's just a dangerous place if you want to be a rapper, but it's also a dangerous place if you're a singer because the record companies always steal from you. They always steal from you, period. Go back to the beginning of time. So when this came out, let me see if I can put this up right away, like instantly, people kept saying it wasn't, it was a setup. They set her up, they set her up. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because it is everywhere. But then I have to add to it the stuff that they wanted me to add. Here it is for Angie Stone. Immediately, people start saying it was a setup. It's a setup. So Night and Day released the interview that she did a month before she passed away. And I'm sure everybody has seen this interview by now, but I'll play a little bit of it. Let me get this up first. And so people started digging and saying how they felt. Some people called them a conspirators, something like that. Conspirator theorists, just saying things bad and that this was too soon. But a lot of people agreed. It was all over social media, and you guys were sending me stuff. And I said, just give me a day or two. So they're saying that Angie made this tape, and I'm going to play the tape in a minute. She's actually saying what she's going through and how the music company is stealing her royalties, right? And she's not the first person to say that. Also today, Drake is going through the same exact thing. Now, a lot of people say Drake's full of shit and he's jealous of Kendrick Lamar. Drake is not full of shit. He might be jealous of Kendrick Lamar. So how this works is someone sent me a letter and they said, Sherelle, MUG, the record company, has stolen at least $3.8 billion from their artists. And if you say anything about it, mysteriously bad things start happening to you, like being unalived, or you can't sell your records anymore, or all of a sudden places you used to go, you can't go. And then you can't go to another record company because you've been labeled a problem. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. It says, UMG has a risk management division under Lucian Grainge's oversight. When they feel that a artist is looking too deeply into their royalties, they become suspicious of them. Then they have a meeting in a room in Santa Monica, California, on the 4th floor. No one's allowed into this room unless you give a fingerprint. Have you heard of that, Jerry?
Well, no, I mean, I ain't heard of that, but I've heard
a fingerprint.
Top secret shit they be having where you got to put your fingerprint up there to get it, but not for no regular meeting. Yeah.
This room is equipped with frost glass walls and biometric locking requiring fingerprint ID for entry, and it's soundproof to ensure no one can overhear or even eavesdrop. They had a meeting January 15th, 2025, involving Lucian Grainge, Vincent Calderon, and Rebecca Haro. It was discussing Angie Stone and her royalties. She went public with this and they didn't like that idea. So I'm sure all of you have heard the tape. Let me play it. I whittled mine down. The whole tape is a half hour. That's too long. I can't sit here and play it that long, but I whittled it down to 2 minutes. It's been viral, so I'm sure most of you have seen this, but this is just for the people that didn't see the tape.
Each and every one of you guys, after I revealed this, to share this. The devil was very, very, very particular in targeting me. I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. They rushed me into ICU, and I went to use the restroom, and I passed out. When I came back to, the nurses began to tell me that I was screaming for Jesus, because when I went down, I'm sorry, I didn't know what was happening. All I know is it was all of a sudden, I began to praise God and call on his name, because I knew biblically that if I was transitioning, I needed to be calling on Jesus. Sorry. I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack. God healed me. He cleared up. People left me in that dark, dark moment when I really needed support. My kids were there for me. My true friends were there for me because they knew this is serious. As I was coming through all of this, I soon found out that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties. When you hire a team of people that's supposed to have your back, you're thinking that they're getting it all together for you. You know, that's why, I respect Oprah Winfrey in that respect when she said, do your own research. That I let a lot of important things slip through the cracks only because I didn't know any better. I worked very hard to take care of my kids as a single mother, and I'm being transparent. My kids' fathers just were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I had to step up and go in and do everything that I needed to do. At the end of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. People that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to, people that were supposed to do their due diligence. If you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made. But there are key people that have been driving the ships, and what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. One way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. So what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? But everybody that works hard for 50 years should be able to retire in peace, should be able to sit back without looking for your money. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me.
I don't know what they might do.
That's kind of scary. So it says, Cheryl, this is no coincidence. Please share this with your audience. They've hurt millions of people. Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney Houston, Angie Stone, Nirvana, Tom Petty, Heavy D, Aaron Carter, Brad Paisley, and Drake is currently going through it right now. Drake is suing the company, not because he's jealous of Kendrick Lamar, but because when he made a deal for $400 million, they told him that he could have half of his publishing rights. When he tries to leave the company, they wanted him to leave his publishing here. This is why he's really going to court. Do you believe that?
I don't know. I mean, with these music companies, I don't doubt it.
If you play the Michael Jackson video, he is holding up a sign, that says Sony unalives people. Hold on one second, you guys. Let me see what they're talking about. Okay, I hope there's no music here. Hold on. Let me see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, it does say that. Okay, so he's holding up a sign. I can't read the sign. Can you read it, Perry?
Yeah, it says Sony Case.
Yeah, you can't say it. You can't say it. But can you see it is what I mean.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson talked about this. He talked about it publicly. Oh my God. Let me play the whole tape. Hold on.
You know, let me just say this. The tradition of great performers from, and I really want you to hear what I have to say. The tradition of great performers from Sammy Davis Jr. to James Brown, because the companies take advantage of them. They really do. And Sony being being the artist that I am at Sony, I generated several $1 billion for Sony, several billion, and they really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them. We can't let them get away with what they're trying to do, because now I'm a free agent. I just owe Sony one more album. It's just a box set, really. So I'm leaving Sony a free agent, owning half of Sony. And they're very angry at me because of it, but I just did good business, you know.
So they're saying that I get chills. So they're saying that Michael Jackson wanted to leave and go to another company, but he still owned 50% because of his royalties, his publishing. He owned the Beatles, publishing his, okay. And that's when they started with the molest thing. I can't say the whole word. Sherelle, they have $1 billion empire. They've been doing this for decades. Please look at some of the tapes that I showed you. Again, it's Lucian, Grainge, Calderon, and Hara. I don't know who these people are. Play the tape. Okay, hold on one second. It's overwhelming. Okay, so Dame Dash is another victim. Let me see what Dame Dash has to say.
I know that in order for us to do, corporate business, there had to be paperwork. The reason why I'm not getting any royalties is because they weren't giving anyone any royalties. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not paying out royalties.
Why is that? Why didn't I pay that a rule name? People are living.
Okay, so they're saying that no artist is getting paid any of their royalties. And if you complain about it, something bad happens to you. I don't saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. I'm just saying what happened. I know when I seen that Angie Stone tape, and she is almost saying like doing it as a matter of record. I have a lot of tapes. I'm not going to play all these tapes. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not playing all of those tapes. I'm at a loss for words because let me just play a tape. They're saying that Lucian Grainge, hold on, just listen. This is crazy. I don't know how to feel right now. Let me see.
Is the chairman and CEO of Universal Music Group, the world's biggest music rights holder in the world. He's widely considered the most powerful man in the music industry, with a track record of signing some of the biggest artists in the world, from Queen, Rolling Stones, and Amy Winehouse, to Rihanna, Jay-Z, and Taylor Swift. But if you ask Kanye West, Lucian has another less-known role, Drake's sugar daddy.
Say rich baby daddy, it's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
So to give you some context first on why Lucian Grainge is trending right now, it all started back in February when producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed that bombshell lawsuit against Diddy and named Lucian and Universal Music as one of the defendants.
The CEO of Universal Music Group, Lucian Grainge, has been named in the Diddy lawsuit. He has been accused of aiding and abetting and inducing Diddy's trafficking venture. Now, this is the same man who is the father of Elliot Grainge, who is married to Sophia Richie.
Here's what Lil Rod's lawsuit said. Mr. Jones recalls seeing defendant Grainge visiting Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. According to Mr. Jones, whenever defendant Grainge visited Mr. Combs at his homes, it would be in the evening, and he and Mr. Combs would disappear for hours in Mr. Combs' bedroom. The lawsuit then goes on to allege that Lucian Grainge sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles, California. And according to Lil Rod, these parties had S-workers present. But that's not all. Lil Rod also claimed that during these parties, Lucian Grainge knew, or should have known, that Mr. Combs was giving the attendees laced bottles of De Leon tequila and Ciroc vodka. According to Lil Rod, Diddy allegedly has recordings of Lucian Grainge, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes in compromising situations. Lil Rod also alleged that Lucian, together with other defendants, aided, abetted, and induced Sean Combs' trafficking venture, and he describes him as one of the co-conspirators who knowingly benefited from coercive trafficking. As per Lil Rod's lawsuit, Lucian and other defendants were providing vast sums of cash, which made Diddy's criminal venture possible. Lucian Grainge wasted no time shutting them down. He quickly denied any part in it and criticized Lil Rod for dragging him into the legal mess.
This shit is so
okay. Yeah.
So he's basically saying that Lucian has a good relationship with Diddy and helps fund his funding, is responsible for him getting funding. If you think about it, yeah, because you know, Bad Boy has to be signed to another distributor, so why not get the one that they call the King of Hollywood? That's Lucian Grainge. I don't know what to think, y'all. It feels weird. I'm not in the music business like that, but some of these things I can't deny. We did see Michael Jackson holding up the sign saying that Sony unalives people. I never truly believed Michael in the touching little boys stories because I did a background check on the people that brought the lawsuit forward, both 2 times. And we all know Lisa Marie was the first one that said, just pay him off. This is some deep shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way the music business sort of been though, like the rumors we heard, and you would think it like today's time, they might not pay you what you worth, but they don't take you out. but it seemed like they still up to that part.
But
You know what I mean?
here's the thing, Perry. I almost called you Patience because she was getting the information. There are things that we can't deny, right? You can't deny that Michael Jackson full on told you this is why they're after me.
Mm-hmm.
And then look what happened. Angie Stone was going through the same thing. And look what happened. You know, if you would have told me back in the 90s that Diddy is responsible for unaliving Kim or has something to do with it or was, taking advantage of women, I never would have believed it.
Mm-hmm.
But it always starts out as a crazy rumor at first. And just let me say, these things need to be looked into. The Dame Dash said nobody's getting their royalty checks. Well, where are they going? Where are they going? How come nobody's getting paid? How come Angie Stone, who's been in the business for years, when she passed away, she's 63 years old and she couldn't retire? I don't know what's going on. I'm not telling you I know what's going on. I'm saying the shit feels weird. It feels weird. And everybody's saying they're not getting their money. Ooh, child. I mean, in this list, what else did he send me? Hold on. And he gave me the address of where this supposedly risk, R-I-S-K, risk management division is when they look over their artists, make sure everyone's doing what's right. If you get caught doing something like talking about your royalties, why do you need a meeting? Why do we need a meeting? Why is she, listen, we can't deny that Angie Stone went public with this. Like, this is my record. This is what's happening to me. We can't deny the fact that she said under her own mouth, I'm not being paid. I cannot retire. So what I don't want to do is blow it off as crazy. And I don't want to blow them off. And then I don't want to, I got to leave room for, these are powerful people. Like, I don't know. You see what I'm saying, Perry? So what do you?
I understand what you're saying, but at the least, these some shiesty people. Now, the meeting, I don't think that she attended the meeting. I think the risk management is for them to come together where nobody can hear anything so they can discuss who may be a problem, who might cost us money, who might ruin our reputation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I'm saying reputation, like when you start wanting to sue them and now people come up missing, or if you sue successfully, then other artists might stand up, right? So they sort of quieten it,
Yeah. So what they're saying about Drake, this is where Kendrick got this from. Drake got a $400 million deal. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And in the deal, he owns a portion of his masters, his publishing. They don't know exactly the amount that he owned. It was a sealed deal, but this is what everyone is saying happened. Now Drake wants to leave the company and they want Drake to leave the company without his publishing. This is what they're saying. It has nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. They say every artist has a shelf life. But then after your shelf life, they try to get rid of you. They try to get rid of you. They did it to Nicki Minaj during the Cardi B days, and you know what the record company is doing. So Drake feels like they're trying to get rid of him as an artist. Like 50 Cent talked about a couple days ago, he said that they put a lot of money into him, and then all of a sudden it all stops, and none of your records can go on the charts anymore. And then once you get that label that you're, I don't know, industry, you're not any good anymore. I hate to say that. Then none of the other record companies will hire you. If you do things like sue, none of the other companies will want to mess with you. So they blackball people. They're saying that they are trying to push Drake currently out the business. They're saying a portion of what he's saying about Kendrick Lamar is true. Kendrick Lamar is the one that they really pushed, and then they're slowly phasing Drake out. Drake decides to sue them because he knows what's going on. Do you believe that Drake will never have another hit again, Perry?
Maybe not under them, right? But then I don't know where else he would go. But I think what you're saying could be possibly true. Like when you have a contract for X amount of things, if they can discourage you when they feel like they want you to move away, but your contract said you might leave with X amount of publishing rights, if I can make you angry enough to want you out of your contract, then we can settle. We can break the contract, which was the contract that said you will leave with, your whatever they call
With
it.
your royalty, your publishings,
Yeah.
masters. Let's call them masters. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So maybe it's gonna be a way to frustrate you when they don't see a long term making more money with you when you demanded more money, and they want to keep what you already made over the last, I don't know, Drake been around for years. Keep that. Have them get frustrated, break the contract, or get frustrated when he don't fulfill the contract, where they come with another settlement. See, the settlement, that's the part that they might set them up with when you're trying to settle to get them out. I'm not sure.
So in a sense, this is like modern day slavery. Or is it business? I'm going to make as much money off of you as I can, right? Because Drake brought in a lot of money. Drake has had a rule since 2009. He's been the king of rap, right? And now when it's time to go, you're going to take with you what you brought in. We already paid you. Don't come asking for a publishing. Don't come asking for your masters. Drake said, but I signed a contract. And they're like, no, you didn't. So maybe Drake is telling the truth about this. Has nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's not the one pushing him out. Lucian Grainge, who used to be your, what they call him, sugar daddy. And now the sugar daddy has cut off the money. I don't think, if this is all true, I don't think suing them, Drake, is going to help you. Now, Charlemagne the God came out this morning, and there's an article going around saying that Drake has settled the case. They said no, he settled a portion of the case with Hot Radio. He's still suing UMG. But I know this because I'm in the world of TV. If you sue, none of them mess with you. Drake is done. Drake is done. He'll never have another hit. And I was watching the other day, 50 Cent came on and said Jimmy Iovine brought him in. He didn't understand why all of a sudden his music wasn't selling. And they had this made up beef between Kanye West and 50 Cent. And 50 Cent just knew that he had been selling more records than Kanye West. Well, he was shocked when he didn't outsell Kanye West. Then he realized, I'm being pushed out. So then he went to talk to Jimmy Iovine. Have you guys heard this? And he was like, y'all not pushing my records. What's going on? Jimmy said, what can I tell you? It is the way that it is. So, it's a dirty, dirty business. But I don't, if you cry about it, it seems to get worse. That's what I'm thinking. I wanted to play this one. They said play Aaron Carter. I hope this is it. Hold on.
Now they're after my life. My whole family is after my life. And they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million. And they don't want to pay me. And it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. And Brad Paisley, who sued Sony Records for $10 million. They owe me money and they're trying to kill me off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this and they're trying to keep me there. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to hang myself. So please trust what I'm saying and please donate the money.
He just said that they don't want to pay him, and then he did this, and now he's no longer with us. It says, hello, Sherelle. Remember when Nikki got held up in Amsterdam? She felt the industry was fixing to take her out. I'm telling you, I remember it like it was yesterday. They wanted, what's her name? Cardi B to be the next Nicki Minaj, and they was pushing her out. I think what happened with Nicki is that she has this crazy fan base. Well, I don't mean crazy, but like big, what are they called? The barbs?
Yeah.
Or are they bees?
No,
something.
Yeah. I think it's the barbs.
And they held Nicki down. And then with Cardi B not doing any follow-up albums, I think they finally just, let it be. And she wasn't checking into her royalties. She wasn't coming in saying, let me see the books. That's why she was scared. She knew. But now Aaron Carter gave me chills. He said they want to, and he did this. We know what that means.
Yeah.
Child, this is a lot. I don't know what Angie's children, she has a girl, Diamond, and a son. Her son's father is D'Angelo. I don't know what this would mean for her children. And, I don't think they're not going to get any money from the record company. Maybe there's some insurance policies, but that's unfair because being in the music business is just draining. You go from here, there. You got to deal with the public. It's a fast-paced job like this, and everybody wants to be the next you, whoever you are. Everybody want to be the next Nicki Minaj, and you got people that'll do you dirty just on the average day. But now you got to face the record company. Child, I don't know if I wanted to be a singer. I pray for Angie's children. Y'all know how I am. Her daughter was devastated. I'm sure the son is too. She just said she didn't have much money. And when the van tipped over, she was going from Mobile, Alabama to Atlanta. She was on the run, study working. And she said in her tape, I don't know if I played it, she said, I want to retire, but because they won't give me my money, I have to keep working.
Right.
She made that tape for a reason. Who goes public with their purse? I've never got on here to talk about my finances. She made that tape for a reason. Everybody, we have to pray for her children that they can make it. They deserve something. I missed I put up the wrong thing. I missed the super chat.
Did you hear somebody in your chat, right when you first came on, that said that they knew Angie Stone and her family in South Carolina, and they actually taught the daughter, Diamond, in church, and said they was a real good religious family. I mean,
I'm gonna drop the chat if you want to come up. The link.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard nothing bad about Angie Stone. And then you also had breaking news too, that this is off subject, but they said Jay-Z has sued Busby and Jane Doe in Alabama today.
Alabama?
Well, I don't, maybe that's where Jane Doe from? I don't, or something.
Child, this is a crazy world. Listen, I can tell you firsthand that being in the music business is dangerous. It's dangerous. You guys remember the 5 Heartbeats? That was based on a real group. Let's see what y'all say. Pray, but let's start a GoFundMe for her children. I mean, we can do that. I'll see if I can find out if they need money, because them kids, when you tell them how it is when your mom's just ripped from you.
Mm-hmm.
You're devastated, and I hope they have money. I'll find out if they need money. I'm pretty sure they need money. I think she was deceased before the accident. That's what everybody's saying. Just like Michael Jackson's Dangerous said, it's dangerous. Also, they also kept intel on stars like R. Kelly. I keep hearing this. I heard R. Kelly. I didn't hear Bill Cosby and even Diddy. Listen, they know what was going on with Diddy. They didn't just find out with the rest of us. They knew exactly what was going on with Diddy. Don't let them fool you. They had been abusing women for years, and executives knew. That's what I just said. Example, when BC was advancing to buy a network, Bill Cosby, oh my God, it became public. And they could have used that to try to stop him on what he was getting ready to do. It's a dirty, dirty business, y'all. It's a dirty, dirty business. The veil has been lifted. I mean, when I watch the tape now, the tape is a half hour. She goes into crazy detail and says a lot of stuff. My heart can't take it.
It's crazy, but like those record company owners and stuff, the robbery started many years back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just part of their nature to rip you off. Now they making billions of dollars and still don't want to pay people. Like the greed is real. And to the point where people come up missing. That's a damn shame. It's crazy.
I saw the last live she did, the one that I'm talking about, and I was praying it was not true because she had just performed here in Alabama, only to lose her life not long afterwards here in Montgomery. How would they have unalived her? I don't know, but you can't. Let's just stick to the fact. The fact is, she put that live out there. She put it out there and kept it on her social media. And then all of a sudden, she's not here. And it's a long list of other people. Aaron Carter just explained what was going on. He said they were after me. He said they're trying to. Go ahead, Perry. I cut you off.
I was going to say this too. I mean, because some people might come back and say, well, it was a car accident hit by 18-wheeler. How can you plan that when other people was involved? I get it. But I'm not even arguing. I don't know if it's true or not. But remember, she had to cancel a concert that she had prior to her passing. She had to cancel a concert and had to be rushed to the hospital.
When she got the blood infection?
Right. And see, I'm just saying, I don't put nothing past those record companies no more. When people pop up with pneumonia and that's their common thing, and they just, start getting ill. Because I can't say Diddy did it. Diddy was hanging out with Lucian Grainge too. And sometimes when you're money together, you protect the money that's around you.
Well,
I don't think you get what. It's just crazy.
It's a given fact. When I first heard the tape, I said, why is she talking like that? Angie Stone didn't used to talk like that. Right. She had been sick. She'd been in the hospital. Y'all, I don't know what to say. I was going to. Let me see if they need a GoFundMe because those children, they're adults now. I believe her son is in his 20s. I don't know how old Diamond is. I love the name Diamond Stone. But my heart bled just when I heard her say, I just lost my mom. She might have said mommy. It's sad. They gave her the bad boy flu, pneumonia first, like Kim Porter.
That's what I'm trying to say. But you notice a lot of this stuff when these singers go ill or people that can affect the company bottom line, they get pneumonia. And it's just like, and who all do you know who passed away from pneumonia outside the music industry? Not that many people.
Yeah. Everybody that's got problems gets unalived. I I was done with Kim Porter when I found out the first medical examiner who wanted to reopen the case. Then did he get the cold? I don't know how he passed away, but he gets on alive too. Y'all, we ain't stupid. We don't have any evidence to prove this, but we know that every famous person is saying, I'm not getting my royalties.
Mm-hmm.
And if you complain about it or go public with it, then you come up, something happened a couple months later.
I mean, because they screwed over Prince with his thing too. Somebody had said earlier in the thing, they were saying that when Prince got out that deal, he had put slave on the side of his face.
I remember
and they said that he came back with the symbol. Now, sometimes you just don't know what these companies, because just because an artist's not out there fussing in public saying they owe them money or they trying to get their money, but these singers pop up missing. Or not missing, getting ill.
We cannot, these are the facts. So I'm not trying to start these rumors. These are out there. But the fact is, Laughter was trying to get out of her contract. I believe she signed a solo deal with Death Records, because I remember going, why is she hanging with Suge Knight all of a sudden? And then she gets into a car accident, just like Angie Stone. Angie Stone was the only one that passed away. Left Eye was the only one passed away. Look, y'all, I'm going to leave this here. I'm not going to do my other stories today because I got to do some research when I get off the phone. I want to make sure that them kids are okay. And if we open a GoFundMe, I'll come back here and we all got to support the GoFundMe, because there's nothing on this planet like losing your mother. It's nothing like it. Perry, you lost your mom. It wasn't just nothing like it. But Perry's a grown ass man when his mom passed that could take care of himself. I mean, her kid's 20 and I don't know how old Diamond is, but she's older than 20, maybe 30s, late 30s. I don't know how she is, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Y'all, please, y'all gonna make me cry. She was a good mother.
Yep.
Child, this ain't right. This just ain't right. It's dangerous. It's dangerous in the damn music business. Oh, rest in peace, dear Left Eye, Aaliyah, and Angie.
Yep.
And everybody. Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney, Aaron Carter, Brad Paisley. I don't know who Brad Paisley is. Angie and Drake, you gotta watch your moves. You could be in some serious danger, Drake. Mm-hmm. Watch your moves. It's time for you to move on, because when they don't need you no more, they don't need you. Do like 50 Cent. Go do a movie. Go become reality TV. Drake will not make it in the music industry anymore. They are definitely pushing him out. Go ahead, Perry.
Oh, no, I'm good. I was going to say, he got to be careful because just with the beef with Kendrick, he's walking around with the shirt with the holes in it with the smoke coming out. But you keep messing around with these record companies, it could be for real, Drake. They don't play. But yeah. I'm sure you probably heard by now.
Everybody in the chat, please pray for Angie and her children. Just pray for them kids. Just pray for those kids and hope this mess stops. But I don't know what's going to happen.
It was just the 2 kids, right, that she had?
Mm-hmm. She has a daughter named Diamond Stone. That's the best name I've ever heard. Diamond Stone, and then a younger son. I can't remember what his name is, but he's D'Angelo's son. Do you remember D'Angelo?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you for joining in. Please leave your condolences in the chat. Please be mindful of what you say. This woman just passed. Don't criticize her. If you don't like her, don't say nothing. Do not criticize, or I will erase, because we have to respect. She just passed away. I wasn't going to even do this story, but it's everywhere. So, and people are asking me to do it. And I'm going to go find out what else is going on. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Perry, any last words? If not, take us out.
Oh, no, I'm good. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I'm out.